We got to talk about it, man. A father left his son $10 million and left his two daughters nothing after their mother had an affair. Now the sisters are asking their brother to pay off their $300,000 in student loans. Question is, what would you do? Secondly, don't answer that question until we watch this video first. We finna get into this video because this is kind of a sticky situation, but I do want to get y'all intake on what would you do if you was in this situation and these roles were played out just the same, right? So let's get into this video.
So my father passed a few months ago,
Oh,
and
so
the thing
sorry.
is, thank you. And the thing is, he left everything to me: his house, his investments, his business. He didn't give anything to my sisters, who are estranged and with our mother ever since my parents divorced. And my sisters are they have asked me to help pay their student loans because my father left them with nothing.
How much was it?
Uh, Combined, I believe they went to both undergrad and grad, so combined it's about 300,000.
No, how much was the, yes, thank you for telling me that, but how much was the inheritance?
It's a couple of million. It's basically his house, his investments, and his business.
When you say a couple million, is that like 2 million or is that like 6 million?
It's in the eight figures.
Okay. So we're
Okay.
talking 10 million plus.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
So he purposefully did not leave any money to your sisters because he had no
Yeah.
relationship with them, and that was his call to make.
Are they
Basically, he
misbehaviors?
didn't. No, he basically cut them off because they sided with our mother during their divorce.
Oh.
Okay. So they're team
Um,
mom, you were team dad, and he goes, hey, I'm going to leave it all to my son who's been loyal to me.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. And now they're resentful because they feel like they deserve a portion of this money.
It seems like it. Yes.
Okay. I think this is more relational, emotional than it is financial. You could write them a check and pay off the loans, but I don't know that you agree with the principle behind it or that that would have been your father's heart.
Well, yeah, what do you want to do? What's your heart lean towards?
I don't want to disrespect my father in any way.
Okay.
Do you have a
And for
relationship with your
me,
sisters, or is it estranged as well?
it's estranged.
Okay.
So they've only come to me only for very unique cases, or when they were going to college or grad, they came to both my father and I for money. My father, I know I was there. My father refused to pay for them, and that's why they have the debt to begin with.
So it's been
But
transactional, this entire relationship.
but can I ask? Because here,
Yep.
where I'm sitting, and you've given us, thank you for sharing what you've shared so far. What I'm trying to weigh, and George, I don't know how you're looking at this either, but I'm trying to weigh if this was a decision that was made out of dysfunction, which is I'm forcing you to choose sides, and you guys are children, so you're choosing whatever, I don't know, the parent you like the most that day, that sort of thing. And is this your father, having a kind of just an immature moment, right? Or is this really a reason that is with good reasoning behind it of, hey, I cut them off because they were misbehaving in this way and they made these poor choices? Or is it literally just simply, I don't like your mother anymore and they like her, you're dead to me?
So my mother had an affair. That's why they divorced. My sister sided with my mother because they liked the affair partner more. And I sided with my father because he was my father.
Got you. Okay. So you can't see how they would stand by someone who would do such a thing, basically.
Yes.
I understand. Okay.
I think you're going to be resentful if you give this money. And I'd rather them be resentful towards you than you be resentful towards them.
Okay.
There's no easy answer here. They're going to hate you.
So
Now, first of all, let me say this before I get into the whole what's going on between the brother and the sisters, but what most importantly, what went on with the mom and the dad, right? Because it apparently it has nothing to do with the kids, right? But because sometimes when the parents are going through things, whether it be the mom's fault or the dad's fault, as a kid, you never know whose fault it really be a lot of times, but you be forced to pick a side because you most of the time you're gonna go with your mom. And in their case, they probably went with their mom, even though she was wrong. Out of loyalty, he stayed with his dad because he must have understood that his dad wasn't wrong in this situation. Therefore, he got rewarded what his dad worked so hard for, and they got nothing because to the dad, they was disloyal. Your mama fucked up. Not me, but you still bailed out on me. And in return, with them siding with the mom and him staying with the dad, their relationship as siblings, like he said, became estranged. So now all of a sudden that the dad is gone, but he left me over 10 million plus, y'all don't get nothing, but y'all smothered in school debt. And you know my brother that I wasn't even fucking with like that has this money. Let me go over here and see if he'll do this for me. First of all, quit asking people to do things for you that you know you wouldn't have did for them. Brother or not, you know if you would have had this money, you most likely wouldn't have did it for him because you sided with your mom in the first place. And if you still wanted that solid relationship with your brother, whether you sided with your mom or not, nigga, the bond with your brother still would have been intact correctly. So, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even have this type of situation where he feel like he being disloyal with his sisters. But at the end of the day, your dad had this estranged relationship with his daughters. And that became a strain on the sibling relationship. So now he feels like even though the dad gone and he got this 10 million plus and my sisters need help, he feel like his pop's gonna turn over in his grave if he go against his dad because he wouldn't have what he has right now if it wasn't for his pops in the first place, which he probably would only have half of if the sisters were the sisters and the daughters they needed to be to the dad. This was all getting split down in the first place. So apparently they didn't play their role. But I want to know what y'all think about that. Let me know in the comments because once again, only grown folks allowed. The only place you're going to come to get grown folks conversation. The minute you get to acting childish, guess what? Guess what? I'm going to get you the fuck on up out of here. Back to the subject though. Now I'm going to go through some of these comments because I do want to see what some people said. But at the end of the day, I do want to understand y'all perspectives too. So drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and let me know what you think about what's going on with this. So now I'm in the comments. And up top, first Chantel says, I would give them a meal apiece. Figure it out. Our parents' beef ain't ours. And I don't disagree with that because what they had going on don't have anything to do with them. But in a case where they had an actual bond with each other that wasn't strained, it's no strain on it due to what the parents caused, right? More so in this case, I'm going to say the mom because she went out there and gave it up. And in return, they divorced. But this was a problem that don't have nothing to do with the kids. But because the son sided with the dad and he was loyal to the dad and the dad rewarded him the way he did, he feel like he going against his dad whether he here or not if he look out for the sisters. Taquisha says children shouldn't be made to choose a side when the parents get divorced, and that's a fact because at the end of the day, it's the parents that need to take accountability for the fuck-ups that they caused to separate their family in the first place. It's not left up to the kids to decide what team they gonna play for because y'all can't stick together and wear the same jersey around this motherfucker. And kids still to this day are being put in situations where relationship wise they have to choose which parent they gonna love more, and that's fucked up. Kush said pick a side and stay over there. Hey, Jesus, me, the sister should ask the stepdad. I don't think they should ask the stepdad because I don't think the stepdad is what made them choose the mom in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Because the stepdad is exactly what he was if he was there. It was a stepdamn dad. He's never gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the son staying loyal like he is, the dad was who he needed to be as a parent. It was the fact that the daughters chose they own path and they have to live in that because you chose your mom over your dad. Even if you went with your mom, you still didn't have to love your dad less because you chose your mom. You don't understand how that affects a man or a mother when the kid chooses to love the other parent more than they love you. It should be equal unless somebody is missing. So we do got to point out these things, but at the same time, it don't change the fact that they were kids when this happened. So to choose a side, I don't think they should be punished by that. And with the brother still feeling and thinking with the same mind frame as his dad did, to not want to or feel guilty if he look out for his sisters, right? It don't make him no better than the dad, because the dad chose to feel like this. Now this is the thing though. We got to understand first and foremost, did they wait? If they chose a side, if we knew for a fact they chose a side when they were kids versus teenagers that were about to be adults, this changes everything, because you have the power to make your own decisions. So when you choose a side, it affects you a little bit more than it would, whereas if you was a kid, because you kind of don't have no choice. If you sitting at home with your mama and dad don't live with y'all, and she looking, yeah, you gonna go with mom every time, even though you love your dad. But in this case, a lot of times parents ain't accountable. So when parents aren't accountable of what they got going on that disrupts and disconnects the family as a whole, I said this before. When things is going on with your mom and dad, when we was kids, we never knew who was at fault the most. Cause nobody ever came in the house. Your dad never came in the house and said, "Shit, kids, sit down for a minute. I just want to talk to y'all. Cause this shit my fault." Never. That shit ain't never happened. Your mama never came in the house and said, "Kids, I need y'all to come over here and listen to me real quick. This my fault. Not your daddy's, but my fault." This shit never happened. And you know why it never happened? Because adults didn't feel like they had to answer the fucking kids. But if we left clueless as to why y'all parting ways, we just going with what we see and what you telling us. Now we ain't living off the truth. Break this shit down to me like it went. You went out and cheated on dad. Dad caught you and he left your ass. Tell me like that. Don't tell me and make it seem all fucked up. Now you pretending my dad did and all this other shit because y'all relationship is fucked up because you messed it up. Or vice versa. It's about being accountable. Accountability fucked up a lot of families, period, point blank. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Only grown folks allowed, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and let me know what you think about this. A dad passing away, leaving his son over $10 million, and his daughters nothing because they chose to side with the mom who had an affair on the dad. And now the son having this money, the sisters are basically feeling entitled, even though they didn't have a real relationship with their dad. But because that was their dad, they feel entitled to a piece of that money, even though your relationship was fucked up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out of here.